Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We rewrite the rules. The countdown has begun. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sounded like a gunshot, didn't it? Or a bomb going off, didn't it? We can't say that, can we? Can we? We're going to get into trouble again?
Supposed to say the G word.
What, the gun thing?
Yes, you're not supposed to say the G word. Not on YouTube anymore.
Well,
They haven't caught up with us yet.
Why?
I don't know. YouTube's got this new policy about using words of violence.
You mean like YouTube?
Have they looked at some of the stuff that's on YouTube? Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, yeah. Happy Wednesday. No more Monday this week.
Happy hump day.
No more Tuesday either. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're fast approaching the weekend. And I really don't think there's anything that I must do between now and the weekend except to make another dump run to drop off the last of the debris from the weekend and our construction project. So a delightful good morning to one and all. I'm the deplorable half of the team, Rayford Brown, and I'm welcoming you, maybe challenging you to hang around for live and local real talk this morning. I dare you. I double D dog dare you. Now that's a serious dare.
Serious dare.
Double D dogging.
Happy hump day. Halfway through the week. It's going to be a hot one this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, stay
headed
cool.
That away. We're headed that way. Going to be hot.
Yep. And I'm Lee Barrows. And just first thing I want to say is thank you, Charlie, for your kind words this morning. He said, you guys look fresh and healthy. Too bad Democrats hate everything about you. Okay. What?
We got some Democrats that don't like us?
Could be a few. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, we try to be non-biased. Oops.
I think we got some Democrat friends.
Yes, we do.
I mean,
we do.
I run into them from time to time, and we don't
talk.
No, I run over them. No, we carry on conversations, and we generally don't talk politics. And I know I go to family events because I came from a family of Democrats, and that's just the way it was.
Yes.
There were no Republicans around. These are old people. We didn't know what Republican looked like in those days.
Well, I have a few Democrats in the family too, mm-hmm. And we don't talk politics. You know, when you're together, it's family time. No, when you're together, it's family time, mm-hmm. And you know, if you've got this one who has their firm beliefs, mm-hmm. Then you've got this one over here that has opposite views. Is best let's talk about, remember that time when you were 5 and you wrecked your wagon, rather than go into discussions on politics.
When I wrecked my wagon?
Yeah, don't you? I did that. 12 Terrace wrecked my wagon. Anyway, no, it's
you fell off your wagon?
I fell off the wagon.
At 5?
At 5.
NTT.
NTT.
Did it make news?
No, it did not.
Oh, okay. Good thing.
No, it did.
Wow. God, I'm gonna point out one thing too about one guy here, one young, youthful person in our neighborhood.
Yes. Oh,
got to say to one well-mannered young man who happens to be our granddaughter Allison's boyfriend, a big thank you for a job well done.
Oh, thank you.
So Maverick is his real name. That's his real name.
I like it.
I call him the Bandit, but all right, you can call him
cool name.
Thank you from the both of us. We do appreciate it from Robbie and me. It's the job that you did out there. You've seen it.
Yes. Is that who was doing it?
That's who was doing it. That walk around stuff.
Excellent
He did
job.
a great job. So
Excellent job.
we got to say thank you to him. And he's going to help me fix my trailer too. So it's got that big old hole in it, but we'll get
Nice.
a new decking for that.
Isn't it nice to have somebody in the family, so to say,
Absolutely.
that can do things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to say. I mean,
Yeah.
but still, I have a son-in-law that can fix about anything that I have that's broken, which is great.
Well, good.
Which is
Can I
great.
adopt him from time to time?
Yeah, he would do it. He's just
Good.
that way. He would definitely do it.
Can he climb towers and trees and put up the towers and stuff like that?
I have a grandson that would probably be better at that. He's 6'3" or 4 last
I
time.
need him to put up a 50-foot tower.
He could just reach up there.
Coming up today in about a half
Coming up
hour, it's time to talk doctor.
Yes, it's
As
Healthcare Wednesday.
As Dr. Rose will join us to see what's new in the world of childhood diseases. She's a pediatrician, but she gets trapped into doing a whole lot more when she calls us. And there's something out there that that I want to bring up. So I ran it across. I sent you the information about the little bug, the little critter. Yep, and you're already itching. So we'll talk about that this morning. It's an ugly thing. We thought ticks. We know those critters. They're bad, but usually it doesn't kill you, and if it does, it's not going to kill you right away if you don't get treated for whatever ailment that it creates. But there's one out there that kills you within a day sometimes. So
is that the Powassan virus carried by deer and woodchuck ticks?
whatever that tick is that
It's
I
a
sent you.
rare, but I don't remember. I don't remember seeing that.
I
Let me
saw
look.
on the Teams thing.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, that's
All right.
going to be there. Also
look.
this morning, sometime before the 8 o'clock hour, we'll go from the very young among us to the moderately old and the ancient folks, and how we can best manage our Medicare and, in some cases, Medicaid needs. The man who's never wrong, Peter Wright, stops in and will be available to answer your questions if you so desire. If you've got them, save them. Call us when he gets in here, and we'll let you address your questions to him directly. And because if you've got a question about Medicare or Medicaid, but particularly Medicare, and you need answers dealing with how to handle insurance and Medicare situations, he's the man to ask the question of. Not us. I don't know. So he'll be in the shop here beginning 8:45, 10 minutes to 8 or something like that. Give him time to sit down, but he'll be in 910-333-0139. Write that number down now just in case you would like to call him or anything else that we're talking about this morning. We'd love to hear from you. We don't hear from you guys enough these days. You send it in on Facebook. Please. First of all, I can't see it. I can't read it. I don't want to read it. I can't get the idea that you are trying to express when I just read little words and blah, blah, blah.
That's all right. I read it for you.
I know she tries to interpret it, but you know what? How often is this woman who get things right?
Excuse me.
How seldom is she going to get things wrong?
Thank you, Jesus. Halfway through the week.
I did that one. That was
And
actually
it was
a pretty good cover.
It is the Powassan virus. I read what you wrote is exactly
Okay.
what I just
Well,
looked up.
We'll talk to her about
Yes,
the
we will.
Powassan virus. Whatever. kind of
Rayford, you've
virus
got
it
me
is.
to where I won't even go out in the backyard anymore between snakes
Well,
and now ticks.
I need to find. Got to get a better cure for snakes, because I have not seen a copperhead in this yard for a long time until this year, and now I got two.
Well, I have found
And now
two
they're
baby
both
snakes
dead.
in my backyard at different times. Maybe it was the same one, moved areas. I don't know. He's a dead snake now, but I accidentally got him with the weed eater.
If you see him again, you know.
But, I got this one with the weed eater. So when I went and moved the log the other day when I was mowing, it was gone. So I don't know. Just
After you killed
But
him,
the frogs, I thought he was dead, but the frogs have been crazy. Frogs everywhere.
in France,
No, the frog's here in the yard.
You got Frenchmen in your yard?
Every time I go out to weed eat around the garden, there's frogs everywhere. And I try not to hurt them.
And I was talking about it this morning, but with some of the amateur radio guys there, the little things, they call them palmetto bugs.
Yes,
they look like roaches to me on steroids.
Yeah.
Water bugs, roaches, on palmetto bugs. Palmettos are in South Carolina. That's where the tree is, right?
I don't care where they're from. They need to go back.
We need to send those back to South Carolina.
Right.
Make it illegal to come across the border.
Right. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But anyway, for some reason, and I think it's the heat and the lack of water that we've had, that they're actually coming inside now to get
you
water.
bring those up, and I'm gonna be paranoid.
Well, you're seeing them. Everybody else is apparently seeing them too.
Yes, but they're everywhere.
I did have a friend this morning, a ham buddy. A ham buddy. That's why I like that term. A ham buddy that told me that his wife orders stuff online, and she gets two things. One of it is a liquid, or a powder, whatever she mixes up as a sprayer, and then there are pellets that she spreads in the yard.
Right.
So just got to make sure that it's not bad for critters like our critters if they eat them.
Well, I've been putting down stuff for the grub worms because that's why the moles come in your yard. And I have noticed since I've been using that the water bug situation has diminished greatly, but now I've just jinxed myself. When you were talking about it this morning, I was like, thanks.
Don't be surprised if they're making their way back inside.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's hot.
They are, and they're
air conditioning.
It's not like they're just hatching, because these are already full grown.
Some of them are so big. I'm afraid to even hit them with the shoe. I'm afraid I break my shoe. They're just, I keep the this is what I do. I keep the vacuum cleaner in the living room or the kitchen plugged in. And if I see one, I go suck them up in the vacuum cleaner. And then I let it run for a few minutes. So it knocks the brains out.
That doesn't kill them?
Yes, it will. You let it run for a minute and they're just spinning all around in there. They get crazy. And then you turn it off and they sit in there and they die. I cannot... Anybody out there, you know what I'm talking about. I cannot just go squish one with a shoe.
Why not?
I can't.
What gets me is you throw something at them, you knock them out of the turnover, then now they're supposed to be dead, right? But they're not. Then you got to pick them up, and then you got to
They're like possums, yeah.
Then you got to pick them up with a paper towel or toilet paper, and then you go crunch.
No, Rayford, that's terrible.
All right, guys. Does anybody else not do that? Come on.
I'll suck them up in the vacuum cleaner.
Y'all, I know bloody well somebody else does that kind of stuff.
I'm not touching them.
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever had one on you?
Yeah.
I was sitting on the couch one time and I felt something tickling my arm and I kept doing it. When I looked,
it was that fly. They come flying by and they'll stop for a moment, pause, fly by, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow. My sister was at my house one time and she was sitting on the couch and there was one on the fireplace mantle, which we had not noticed. It flew across the living room and hit her in the chest. Now, she went over that couch backwards. The couch tipped over. We tore the house up looking for that thing because neither one of us would sleep or be still. We found it though, but those little suckers can fly.
Yeah, one of my kitty cats, my little girl, Stormy, she likes to get them, and she won't mess with them at their toes up.
What's up?
Well, that's the way they do. Their legs are up.
Right.
Now, she's going to put a claw through them.
Well, my little dog will take care of them too. He'll kill them. But,
what does he do with them then?
He'll leave them on the floor.
Oh, he doesn't eat them.
He'll kill. He did before, but he's quick. That dog will eat anything. I came home and I left my flip-flops
it's
out.
It's nothing but protein, so you're good. It's good to go for him. You're good to go.
Then he wants to give doggy kisses.
Yeah, have you ever seen those African cockroaches? Those big ones. I mean, they're huge. They're huge. And have you ever seen them?
No.
Anybody pick one up?
I'd be burning the house down.
Did you ever pick it up and eat it?
What? Rayford.
What?
Stop.
Are y'all, somebody, I know, Google it. Go ahead and find it.
I don't want to Google it. I don't want to know about it.
Contest or something like
It's
that.
bad now enough with all the snakes, all the
Go
frogs.
ahead and try that. Look at it. Go ahead. You're
going
enjoy
to freak
that.
me out.
While you're doing that, I'm going to do a little bit of weather.
Okay.
Looking towards the near shore and offshore waters of Onslow Bay this morning, it appears the marine forecast is not looking too bad. A low pressure system is expected to dissipate as a Bermuda high starts to take over and begin controlling our offshore weather conditions through the weekend. Winds will be pretty moderate, leading to what the National Weather Service calls benign boating conditions with warming temperatures. I never heard of it called benign boating conditions before. I guess that means there's not anything to it. Just in time to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the birth of this great nation. Yay. Today, offshore, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday, easterly winds around 10 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. A slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning, maybe a few scattered showers on Thursday. Friday, now these are all offshore conditions, right? Friday, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas around 3 feet. And I'll give you a sneak peek at Saturday. A little early, but I'm going to give you one anyway, just to get your motor going. Southwesterly breeze, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet.
Oh.
Get your boat ready, get your motor running.
It's gonna be crowded.
Get your motor running. Oh, I guarantee that. Be careful.
All right. Today, sunny with a high near 91. Light and variable wind becoming southeast 5 to 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 17 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 68. Thursday, sunny with a high near 94. Friday, sunny and hot with a high near 97. And let's talk about the 4th of July, Independence Day. Sunny and hot with a high near 98 degrees.
Bubba.
And guess who's going to be out in it all day?
You.
Anyways, for a good cause. Just have to drink. Okay, I'll look this up. The stuff
she started to say, just got to drink a lot. It's just what she started to say. And she stopped herself.
You know what? I should bring a kiddie pool with me and put some water in it while I'm there.
And a hose so you can drink out of it?
500 jugs of water poured in there, just sitting out all day. All right. These bugs are found in freshwater habitats.
The ones I'm talking about.
Yes, across sub-Saharan Africa, including rivers, ponds, swamps, and slow-moving streams.
And they're huge.
Body shape, flattened, obovoid to ovid, elongate, with flattened legs for swimming, 2 large compound eyes, short antennae tucked behind the ears. Okay, I don't need it. Okay.
How about the contest?
Let's just go. Let's go to behavior. Mostly nocturnal, but can fly short distances when needed. Oh, great. All right, they're strong swimmers. They're known for territorial and mating aggression.
How did they taste?
Ambush predators that inject. Okay, I'm not. Adaptions, ecological role. Okay. Spiracles allow them to extract oxygen. What? Powerful bite and digestive enzymes make them effective hunters. Their dark coloration and body shape help them hide.
Let's get down to what the people do with a contest, eating contest.
What? Oh my God! I have pictures. I can't. I'm closing this page. I can't even. Oh, God. You know, now because of the array. Excuse me, and the abundance of frogs and bugs, snakes, and everything going on right now, I'd be sitting in my living room and just something in my peripheral vision. I jump.
Have you seen those when they walk across the ceiling?
Oh God! I looked up there and stopped. That black thing was up there. I just jumped. Oh, I had one last month. I just happened to be sitting there, and how is it that you always know? You just automatically look up, and it's there. And it was approaching the ceiling fans, which were running. I'm like, now how am I going to get this? So I turned off the ceiling fans, had my vacuum cleaner already.
arm.
Put that nozzle up there and sucked him in, but we've got everybody freaked out.
First off this morning, how about some good news?
I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Good news. All right.
Well, not really sure there is much about across the United States. At least none that is making national news. Maybe Lee or some of y'all can come up with something legitimate, nonpartisan, neither conservative nor liberal, just good old American good news later this morning. From the headlines, though, this is what I saw last night. A Wichita, Kansas college student jumps into a pool of water while hiking in Oregon to take a dip in spite of warning signs there of the hidden dangers. That's what they call them. He dies before he can swim to the edge of the water hole.
Oh, no.
A professor who has the future of our children at stake, the man who cheered when conservative Charlie Kirk was shot to death, wins a settlement of almost $2 million against her employer, the University of Tennessee, for trying to discipline her for her comments.
Mm-hmm.
Americans are being blamed for the heat wave in Paris that has sent 48 Frenchmen to their deaths in swimming holes in the region. Really? Fights break out at gas stations across Russia as fuel shortages has tempers rising in long lines. Well, maybe that's good news. Keeps Putin occupied, maybe enough that he'll end the years-long war with Ukraine that's claimed who knows how many Russians and Ukrainians because his efforts to return the region into what we knew as the USSR. And then there's the great news on the Fox News website that I found.
Really?
Yep, I did.
Trump didn't say anything?
Nicole Scherzinger
Yes.
is celebrating her birthday in style.
Okay.
This is on the Fox News page. The singer and actress shared a series of photos from her beach vacation in celebration of her 48th birthday. Media reviews of her slideshow on her social media page somewhat states that she flaunted her toned abs in a blue bikini with the ocean waves visible behind her. She paired the look with minimal makeup, a pair of dangling earrings, and a sun hat to shield her face from the sun. Okay, so there's a reason to celebrate this day after all. I just knew there would be some good news somewhere.
I remember seeing that, but I didn't read it. I scrolled on by because I don't care.
Well, I didn't either, but I thought with all the other stuff, it would be fun.
We need some good news today. We need good news.
All right, now we got time. From the reports over the decades, the French folks have treated Americans, even tourists, who spend way too much money for French services, pretty nasty. They have a reputation for doing it, right? Never been there, can't verify anything, only what I've read and heard from people. Closest I came was a trip to St. Martin. That's an island, a nation that is owned by Holland on the south side and France on the north. The French there are very friendly. They were to me. I had no complaints, and the food was great. Now, though, the deputy mayor of Paris is taking some shots at Americans. Audrey Pulver released a lengthy BS commentary saying that Americans like you and me are responsible for the heat wave that is keeping the city on the edge of the boiling point. Her honorette claims that our use of air conditioners is causing their heat wave. She claims Paris has implemented measures to fight air pollution and develop energy-efficient renovations for the city, arguing that air conditioning, her words, contributes and aggravates the problem of global warming. She also noted that one scientist wants Americans, get this, to cut off their air conditioners during the summer months because they contribute to global warming. Cut them off during the summer months. So help me if I got this right now. If the geek wants us to refrain from using AC when it's hot because it causes everything to heat up, Is he suggesting that we use those air conditioners during the winter months to heat up the atmosphere? I'd like to talk to this idiot. Cut off your air conditioners during the summer months because they contribute to global warming. Right. Bring it on, doofus. I believe I have known people just like that wacky scientist, though, by the way. And unfortunately, I've met mayors and council folks and county commissioners just like the deputy mayor of Paris. Blame everyone else for whatever is affecting whatever ails us instead of tackling the problem. Blame everyone else. Not sure I can buy Frenchie's claims that the problems in Paris are caused by evil Americans. I'd like to see some proof, or at least a second opinion from a bona fide scientific study, and not some political hothead who wants to gain political support and notoriety from overheated French citizens. 40, here's the thing now. Here, I want y'all to hear me on this one. 48 people died in 1 week because of the heat. How did they die from the heat? They drowned while swimming in areas outside designated swimming areas, and the French deputy mayor is blaming us for that. The French said they would not have drowned if they weren't suffering from the heat and went swimming. I don't know how to respond to that in a nice way.
I was just going to say, I couldn't do it without using some language that probably would not be proper.
They wouldn't understand it, though. Yeah, they do. It's because every time we cuss, we say, yes, pardon my French. To help with the
That's true.
To help with the heat issues, the city of Paris has banned all alcohol consumption in public spaces and restricted large public gatherings while deploying thousands of emergency workers across the country. I don't know what they're going to do. What?
It's like Tom just said, if we're causing their heat wave, why are we getting snow in Colorado, Montana, and North Dakota this week? Good point.
Because we sent all the heat over there, we got all the cold over here.
Well, you know, it's funny that you bring up the story. Yesterday, I posted on our page a picture. It says, this is Willis Carrier. He invented the air conditioner. I'll take a moment and give thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
Carrier is a big brand name air conditioner.
Yes.
Was around here too.
I read up. I got curious and read up on them, and I was
the
like,
Respices were.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's amazing how they can make a machine produce cold air. What would we do without it? And I don't remember recent years of it getting so hot so early in the summer. I know usually July, August.
There's our sign bird.
What?
There's our sign on the gate.
I can't see him, but hello, Mr. Cardinal.
He just flew. The cardinal came and looked at us.
You know, it's not going to be much longer.
I know that. A couple months.
Dun, 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 dun.
To help with the heat issues,
Good morning, Nicole.
The city, Paris, has banned all alcohol consumption in public spaces. Does that mean like bars?
Well, I know France is having a terrible, terrible heat wave right now. But you know what? So are we.
Yeah, we turn our air conditioners on. What do y'all do?
Our air conditioners and our fans. I have so many fans on right now.
Let's see, what?
You do.
Two fans in here and one out there in the other room.
3 in the air conditioner.
And when it's 68 degrees or lower outside, I've got the window open bringing cold air in.
Yes.
And it cools off areas.
And I'll be turning half of that off here in about 30 minutes.
I know you will.
Well, the room, it cools down really quick. And then I'm over here like,
holds it.
It's like you wonder why I wear long sleeves in here. Yeah, but it's comfortable. And I thank you for keeping it nice in here. Anyway.
Well, I enjoy
Good news.
I enjoy being cool in here.
Yeah, you are cool.
Oh.
Okay. Yesterday, the county commissioners approved the budget. Done and over with it. Was it yesterday? No, it was Monday. What day is it?
Today's Wednesday.
Oh my gosh. Did we talk about it yesterday? Anyway, yeah, we did. And the city has approved theirs, as Councilman Yaniro said. And the state should be signing any day.
What happened to the 1038?
1038.
Another 1040 involving the 1038?
pretty much.
Y'all don't
Yesterday morning, while the councilman was sitting here, I looked up on the legislative calendar for North Carolina General Assembly. 10:38 was listed as being going to be heard. So I go home, and there's two different pages for North Carolina General Assembly. There's the House itself, and then there's the House committee. So you have to pick the right one. And so I kept sitting there going like, all right, when are you going to start? When are you going to start? When are you going to start? So I went back and looked up the calendar, and from the time I saw it on the calendar yesterday morning till I got home and turned on the television, they had already taken it back off the calendar.
Somebody put some pressure on somebody in Raleigh yesterday after the show.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe it was a mistake to begin with, that it was probably already on there from the last time and they forgot to take it off. I'm just going to assume that. Just like
You're going to give them more credit than I'm going to give them.
5:15 yesterday afternoon, and I have it on my phone, a text message, automated, from City of Jacksonville that says, special meeting City Council, 5:30 to 7:30. And I'm like, they just had one. And I'm like, I wonder what this one is about.
Day?
Yesterday. I've got the text right here. City of Jacksonville. Oh, that's waste. Okay. City Council special meeting. And it was listed as June 30th, which was yesterday. Right here, 5:30 to 7:30. See it? It's right
was
there.
Originally scheduled, maybe?
I think that's what it was. And they ended up.
Because they were thinking that they were going to have to do the
But I'm
sign
like,
the budget.
what
at the
is
last minute.
it now? What is it now? So I went to all the different channels to watch it.
We have 6 months to go for the rest of this year, y'all. So get your stuff done. And 6 months from now, Christmas will be over, so you won't have to worry about that.
Well, I will tell
And it'll
you,
be New Year's Eve, 6 months from today.
finishing up on my story
No.
is I happened to
New
be
Year's Day.
sitting there, and the mayor goes walking down the street on his daily walk, and I go, yeah, this must be a mistake, this notice that there's a
Either
meeting.
that or eating at the news.
Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Maybe they were planning a coup. And that's what was
I
going to happen.
should have hollered out the door, hey, aren't you supposed to be in the meeting? But, yeah, it's Dr. Stein.
Dr. Rosemary Stein, how are you? We're just irritating people this morning already.
Wonderful. I am doing well. I hope you all are.
Yeah, the people that
You're
I'm
doing
irritating
great.
is she just sits to my immediate left because I've talked to her about bugs this morning.
Already. I'm like, stop.
Bugs and snakes and puppy dog tails and ice cream and trains and all that sort of good stuff. And the heat wave.
Well, what an excellent combination.
Yeah. So you doing all right?
Doing very well. I visited our daughter Hannah
Uh-huh.
last weekend, readying her up to come back home after her years of being in the Dominican Republic.
You
for
you took a weekend quick trip?
That's correct. Left on Thursday, and I was back Sunday evening.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, now that's a long ways to go for that, for such a short time. I mean, I got to stay at
Just
least.
trying to get,
If I get to the
trying to
Caribbean,
get her ready to come home. It's a big ordeal now.
if I get to the Caribbean, I stay for 3 weeks. I just don't. I'm not in a hurry to come home.
True.
So
I have to
is
get
the
back to
okay?
the
Now, is the rent paid up on her apartment for how much longer?
No, Rayford, you can't sublease.
I'm just going to go down there and camp out.
You're welcome to it.
Oh, okay. Is the rent paid up on it? I'll create a vacation time.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to it. Yes, it's paid up.
Hey, we just do the whole show from down there. We'd get the whole thing dangling. That'd be
I'm
good.
pretty sure you could.
We're going to have to hire a private plane so we can take all our animals.
Well, Candy will let her take care of them for us.
She'd quit after day one with
She
mine.
would. Ours too. Things doing okay up in your neck of the woods?
Yes, everything is good. Pretty hot here. I'm sure that this likewise is hot around you guys.
Yeah, it's kind of on the hot side, warm side. It's going to be a little bit hotter up as we get to it. Right now, it's only 68 degrees here, but that's just a very brief reprieve from the.
It's a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick to get us accustomed to cool weather again.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's going to come in with a force. But as a result of reading some stuff and reports about, I mean, we've talked about ticks before, right? We know how they can be bad. It can be dangerous to you, to us, and it's not always a good thing for little kids and other folks and anybody to get bit by ticks. And you got to clear them. You got to get rid of them as quickly as you can. But there is another tick out there, and I'm trying to find out where it is again.
It creates the Powassan virus.
Yeah, there's a special virus that is not very nice. What is the name of it?
It's the Powassan virus,
Yes.
and it says the tick can attach to you and transmit the virus in as little as 15 minutes, making rapid infection possible. Ugh.
And it's very deadly, not to everybody, of course, but to some people, they die the same day. It's not like they got a week to get used to it. It's pretty ugly stuff.
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it, and I don't know if there are any cases in North Carolina. But I'm going to have to look that up so that I can call my patients and I can talk, give you some information if I hear of anything.
Yeah.
But most likely, if I haven't heard of that being transmitted in North Carolina, it may not be as frequent as other types of illnesses are. Now, Lyme disease is on the rise, and we have seen a few cases in North Carolina. But just because you get bitten by a tick does not mean you have to rush over to your doctor. If you have a fever, if you have a rash that just keeps on growing or changing, if you feel like the area is infected, all of those are reasons to visit your doctor. But just being bitten by a tick to this moment is not.
Yeah, the ticks that we get, that we normally have issues with or anything, that they get on us and they get in the skin and they start burrowing in. If you get to them, there's a bite there. And then but if you pull them out, you burn them out, you do whatever, then you're usually okay as long as you treat it. But sometimes those things can get infected depending upon, the people. So, and how well they do and fight off infections. But I've seen I've seen tick bites where the tick did not hang around. Either he got brushed off, or maybe he went down the drain in the shower or whatever. But then you find these little 2 or 3 different red spots there. Maybe he didn't like the areas where he was checking out the meal, the blood. But maybe he moved on his own and just whatever. But they will settle in sooner or later to a place, as long as we don't wash them away or find them. So
that is true. So for kids that are playing outside and they're playing in the woods or in the grass, you got to give them a look over just to make sure that they didn't get into some of the skin creases. Then that's where they like to sit better.
Yes.
And settle in there.
Yeah.
They seem to like the groin area, the armpits, something where they can just they can be a little bit in the dark and just hang on.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for them.
Yeah. And the bad thing is when people go camping and they don't necessarily shower like they would at home, take as good a bath, especially if they're doing tent camping. They may not be camping at a regular campground that has showers, for instance. As kids, we did that all the time. But, I don't know whether anybody does any roughing it tent camping anymore or not, like when they're adults. But that was when I would run into more ticks than I did any time else.
Yeah, and remember that a lot of these kids, especially if they're between the ages of 9 and 12, they may not take a shower, and if they take a shower, it's a poor shower.
Oh yes.
And then they don't want to be looked over by their parents. No. So that's a tricky age.
Yeah, it brings up a point. Did you ever just go into the bathroom to take a shower and just turn the water on, let it run for a while, come out and say you took a shower?
What?
No.
What?
No.
You didn't do that?
Who does that?
Did you have any brothers, little brothers, or anything?
Yes. Yeah, maybe he did that.
That's probably. I guarantee you, he did it. If he didn't like take showers, I guarantee you he would go in from time to time, just turn the water on.
Are you speaking from experience?
That's what I read about on the internet.
You read about it, yeah.
Sure you did, Rayford.
But,
yeah, sometimes that's a good point for kids. And I don't know if it's just boys. It might be boys and some girls out there.
You never know.
Yeah, they may not take the showers, and so sometimes you just going to have to check up after them. Yeah. Because it's not very hygienic, especially in the summer when they're sweating and their sweat stays on them. They can get some nasty rashes from sweating again and again on themselves. Not to mention that they may not smell very good. So the parents will have to make sure that they keep an eye on them.
Sure.
And that they're taking a proper shower.
Yeah. I would think that most girls would do that. I think they're kind of, it's ingrained in them to get their showers every day. From what I can understand, that's what I've heard all my life anyway. But guys, during the wintertime, especially when you don't really necessarily need a shower every day. And of course, now let's bring this up too. Is it really absolutely necessary? Don't think about hot weather like we're having right now, but is it absolutely a shower a day the best thing for kids or adults?
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes the skin can dry out if you shower every day, but I think it's habits. People tend to be more hygienic to take a shower every day, but it's not necessary. Some cultures don't take showers for several days.
Yes, I know. And then there are the cultures that from the good old days, and I think it's still practiced to a certain extent up in parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania, if you catch my drift. Those two locations may still be practiced to some extent today, but in a family, they draw one big bathtub, a huge big bathtub type, a water barrel bathtub type, and certain individuals, the higher ranking individuals in the family unit, they take the first bath, the water's never dumped, and it goes on down the line till they reach the last people.
Gosh.
You've never heard of that? You've never heard of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater? That's where that whole thing came from. Y'all just need to read up more on stuff.
You need to stay off the internet.
Can I add something here?
We just had a gentleman walk in too. Yes, absolutely. You've heard of it, Peter.
So I've been on the Inca Trail, and on the Inca Trail, 700 years or so ago, they had you had baths on the side of a mountain, and you had 5 in succession, and the water would run down, and I suppose the highest people would be in that first one, and the lowest of the low would be in the bottom one. And
so it's a shit of verb. See?
So it's been going on for years and years.
Y'all thought I was
wrong
crazy.
with you people this morning?
Thank you, Peter. I needed the verification.
And it still goes on in Japan, because my son went there on an exchange holiday, and the whole family drew one big bath, and they keep it covered. So you go into the bath, and your head is out of it, but there's cover is over it, and it keeps the water hot for every person in that family, and there were 6 of them. So they shared the bathwater. So
That's interesting.
See, I don't know how we got here, Doc, but we did. It's probably Lee's fault somehow.
You're the one who started with bugs, and then we went to African bugs, and then we went to ticks, and then we went to fake showering.
Okay.
Dr. Rose.
It's an interesting procession of thought and of words.
Yes, it is.
You've got something to share with your kids.
Yeah, I don't know in what context I'm going to share all that. But
I'm sure you're not. It's something for the New Year's Eve party anyway.
Well, in a few days, just to caution the parents, in a few days, it's a wonderful holiday. It's our 250th. We're very proud of our country getting here. Some of us are a little bit older, so we might not get to a big number again. I don't think I'm going to get to 300. So this is a wonderful celebration. A quarter of a millennium is a big thing. Yeah. So be very careful with your celebrations. You might,
definitely.
Imbibe a little bit too much and not watch the kiddies, and the kiddies might set off some fireworks and get into trouble. Make sure you keep your eyes on them. Make sure that the parents are the people who set off the fireworks, if at all possible, or refrain from fireworks and watch them light up in the sky. But keep the kiddies safe, please. And we got many kids who have burned themselves, who have lost a finger, who might have burned a portion of their face or their hair off. So kids are not the best safe people around. They're not known for understanding consequences. So just have a good talk with them. Tell them that you will keep an eye on them, and you'll be the ones that light the fireworks if you do that.
Yes, definitely.
And make sure that you just keep them safe, please, so that the kiddos don't suffer during this very wonderful celebratory time.
Some of the things with fireworks, just quickly here, while we're still thinking about it, firecrackers, they are made by people that are producing things that go bang at the very cheapest way they can do it. Just the little tiny firecrackers, they have a potent amount of powder in them. They can do damage if they're in an enclosed area. In other words, if a kid wants to play John Wayne and you light a firecracker and you hold it in your hand at all and you want to throw it so it will go off in the air, wrong. You don't know how fast that fuse is going to burn or how slow it's going to burn. You think it's going to burn at a certain rate and there's a little bit more extra gunpowder in it somewhere along that fuse and it goes, boom, in your hand. You're going to have to go to the doctor. If you're using something more powerful than little firecrackers, you're going to have to see a surgeon. And they may or may not be able to reconstruct your hand because they are powerful enough to blow your hand partially off. Okay? And mangle it really good. And you're just going to be a completely deformed individual for the rest of your life. Leave them alone. If you insist on doing them, light them on the ground and run. Don't throw them.
Yeah, yes, and that's right. Light them on the ground and run, and the adults should be the person responsible for them.
Yeah, I'm talking about the adults. I mean, the kids, hopefully they are smarter than the adults, but because more adults get injured with those things than kids because they play hot shot and they're dumb. But don't play like, and if you're having any alcohol, don't bring out a shotgun, a rifle, a pistol, or a firecracker.
That has happened like last 4th of July.
Don't do that or somebody's going to get hurt.
Reasons.
So
that's right. So I just wanted to mention safety.
Thank you.
And there are other things to be safe about. Remember, the kids are going to be outside a long time, heat exhaustion, sunburn. So
and
there are
insect
plenty of
bites.
things to make sure that we take care of.
insect bites, including fire ant bites. Be careful what they're running, what they're doing. If you're going to the beach to celebrate, don't make no mistake about it. There are going to be places on the beach that you may find an isolated location, but be careful about walking with no shoes on along that strand, because there are idiots that will build a fire and then cover it up after they finish it, and there will be hot charcoal underneath the sand, and you will step on it and you are going to blister your feet. I've seen it happen to more than one kid in an ER. A friend of mine's child did it. Not pretty. Not pretty.
We just don't want for our children
No.
to be the ones that are hurt during a wonderful holiday. And the urgent care centers and the emergency departments are going to be filled
They will
with other people that did silly, foolish things.
Yes.
So try not to be part of that grouping. And the doctors and the nurses are going to be running around just trying to take care of everybody. And we don't need to be the ones to add to the stress of the situation.
Okay.
And to the stress in our own lives. So just be very careful out there, parents. And if you're young kids and you happen to be listening to us, just make sure that you take all the precautions to take care of yourselves and your younger brothers and sisters.
Yep. We want to see you next week, safe and sound.
Yes. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday, Dr. Rose.
Thank you. You all as well.
Thank you.
so much.
We'll talk to you later.
And
Bye-bye.
bye to Mr. Peter also.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rose, as always.
He's known as Mr. Right to the ladies.
Oh, gosh. Right
Very
from
good.
start.
Happy Independence Day to all.
Happy
Independence
I like
Day.
to qualify
Thank you.
its proper name.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rose.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You just I'm going to start having to send that woman a message before she comes on at what your questions are going
I
to be.
don't even
so
know
she
what they're
can
going to be.
prepared.
I don't know what they're going to be. Why should I know in advance?
She's like, the what?
Well,
Like what?
I couldn't even find it. I don't know what. I sent it to you, I think,
I have it. Yeah, I have it over here.
but I don't know why.
Since 2006, there's only been 200 cases in the United States.
If you were one of those 200, you would be pretty concerned about it, wouldn't you?
Of course. I'd be concerned about anything
There
that
are
bit
not
me.
many snake bites every year either,
Snakes.
and very few fatal snake bites
Every
every
time
year.
I walk into the backyard to water the garden, I'm like jumping now. And I'm afraid to reach in and grab a cucumber. I'm afraid it's going to be a snake.
Well, when
You've got me so paranoid.
I moved the last of the wood pile out there yesterday, I used a yard rake to pull it apart instead of reaching down there and picking it up. I pulled it all apart. I was prepared for the worst
Some
yesterday.
wooden slats I had from the fence. And
the day before,
That's a good point.
I would have burned it out, except it's
snake bite covered by our health plans, Peter.
Emergency care.
How about heat stroke?
Peter Wright joining us now, monthly visit from talking about Medicare, Medicaid to a certain extent, but there are a lot of us as we get older. You guys, you got a birthday coming up. You ought to be paying attention to it. If you're turning 65, you need to be paying attention to what's available for your Medicare plan. I mean, the government's going to set you up on something, but then there are things that you can do to enhance yours without it costing you anything. How's that?
Yep.
So, I mean,
Well,
you just have to pick around and what the government will allow you to do, but you do have choices. It's not just a one size fits all, because some people might not need the same thing that other people need.
Yeah, there's a variety of choices, which in some ways makes it more complicated, but
It does. Make it easier if we can all just, here it is, do it.
but it does give you the option to pick a plan that may suit you for the best, may suit you, correctly for the next year. And that's the important thing.
If you become a person who is, and it's nothing to your discredit, but it's just the way of life for a lot of folks, that you're dependent upon a lot more drugs than Lee is, who doesn't do any drugs. That she doesn't need prescriptions at all at this point in
Thank
her
you.
life.
Right.
So she doesn't necessarily need the same kind of plan as somebody else who's got 12 medications, who's had heart issues and kidney issues and this kind of and all sorts of stuff. She doesn't need all that. She can use it somewhere else. She can get a different type of plan, right?
Yeah, everybody's case is different. So you look at, I was dealing with somebody yesterday, not in this county, but she didn't need dental because she was, she just had all her teeth done and she just wanted a small amount of dental just to do the maintenance and had no expensive drugs whatsoever. So everybody's case is different. And in that county, there was a really good plan that gave her $184 back on her.
I'm in for it.
Yeah, on her to pay towards her Part B. So it really did make it quite a lot cheaper for her because looking at what she expected to do for the next year, she didn't really expect any medical expenses, and this plan would give her a lot of benefit. So every plan, and it depends which county you're in, you've got to look at all the plans in that county as well to decide which is the best plan for you.
Now, we've got coming online here next year. We've got a new place, new facility, they got all sorts of medical equipment or that you can use for healthcare, just like a gym. They got all this new gym type of equipment. You got a couple swimming pools. They got all this kind of stuff. It's the YMCA. Now, we had those folks in here yesterday. They're not sure whether Medicare will, they've been talking, I guess, but they're not sure whether any of the Medicare plans will be able to be used for this. I mean, we brought up, obviously, silver sneakers right up front as to whether it could be used for the pool or some of the other equipment. Because they got apparently a very fine facility going in. A great facility. That's what I would suggest. And it's going to be well received. And it's going to be well worthwhile. Have you heard anything about it? Whether any negotiations that are being done with Medicare over that?
I haven't. Is this being built in the next year or so?
It will be opening the first of the year.
Okay.
First quarter of the year, whatever it is, yes.
Now, I won't hear about anything about that until closer to October, but I talking on the Blue Cross side, for instance, they did open up with a different provider who enabled you to go in or out of network, essentially. And then that provider decided, I think it was Fit for Health, was it? Trying to remember the name of it. Fit for Life. No, I'm sorry. I'm giving the wrong name, so don't worry about it. But Fit on Health, that's what it was called. But they then decided to get out of the Medicare market, not Blue Cross, but Fit on Health. And because of that, Blue Cross went back to silver sneakers, and they had to do it in a hurry because they were only told a couple of months before last year's AEP, annual enrollment period. So I'm not sure. I would think that they've had their fingers burnt a little bit, and they may stay with silver sneakers for a while. We'll have to see. I don't know. Right. And I won't hear those plans until
now. Blue Cross October. Will have silver sneakers, but the various organizations or companies or whatever, they negotiated, they deal with, they make the arrangements with Blue Cross for Blue Cross to cover their organizations, right? Well, I think kind of a plan that they work out.
Well, Blue Cross, if they keep silver sneakers, the gym YMCA would have to negotiate with silver sneakers and work out if they wanted to take that membership, be covered by that, if they'd let their members have a base membership or whatever from that. So that's how the negotiation would be.
I think that's what they're talking about now already. So I just didn't know whether you had any inside track or whatever. about what might be happening.
You're talking about that. Have you heard, are there any restrictions with UNC Healthcare? Because they're kind of like taking over our hospital here.
Yeah.
They've gone into agreement with our local hospital.
Yes, I saw that.
Any issues with UNC Healthcare and our insurance?
No, I do not believe so at all.
Good.
I think
Very
it
good.
sounds like, to me personally, like it sounds like it should be a good thing.
Yes.
Is that how you're perceiving it as well?
Yes, I was, but after the issues we had with
Carolina East. which has got me
the
concerned.
hospital not accepting the Advantage plans, I just wondered if you've heard anything about UNC Healthcare doing the same.
No, and I have spoken to other agents about it, and the general consensus, and when I say other agents, I mean senior people in the organization. The general consensus is it's not a bad thing what's happening.
Very good, very good. That's
Bad
good to
thing
know.
happening with
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that the UNC is.
with UNC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Onslow Memorial UNC facility here is not a cardiac specialty place like Carolina East is, and a lot of us who have become familiar with it. I would have hoped that I know when Carolina East decided they weren't going to deal with Blue Cross Advantage plan anymore for that, just the facility, just the hospital, not for the doctors outside. The doctors have still got it.
And so you were talking about Newburn,
Yeah,
and also they decided not just to do it with Blue Cross, but with any Medicare Advantage plan.
With no Medicare, or whatever Medicare, the Medicare Advantage plans. But I would have hoped, I would have thought that somehow that arrangements would have been made for those who are regular patients and may have to have tune-ups. When you have had problems, we don't really. I dread the fact that any day I may have to go to another hospital and they have to start from scratch with me after I've got all the plumbing that I've had done.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff bothers me, and rightfully it should bother me, I guess.
Yeah.
So the only way around it with Carolina East and the Blue Cross Advantage plan is to wait till I have an emergency, because then they have to take me.
Yeah. Or, if you want to specifically go to that hospital, Carolina East, or to
right
try
now,
to.
that's what I'd like, because I know them and I'm still alive because of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it kind of crazy though? You have to rearrange your medical providers with changes in your medical insurance. It's a constant rotation.
And I don't know where I will go in case I have another issue, or in case my cardiologist says, hey, you're going to have another stent put in here. And so where are you going to do it? I don't know. Where do you want to do it? I don't know. How do I know?
Well, perhaps you and I should take a look at your situation and work out a second plan, because we can do that. We can work out, and then I want another hospital close,
and I want my
fairly close
cardiologist
by,
to
and work out what.
I want my cardiologist that treats me or sees me every month, every 3 months, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want him to say that's an okay place to go to.
Because I've done that with a couple of people that have been concerned about that.
So we'll sit down, we'll have a chat. Oh, another one.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Y'all are just trying to keep you in business, aren't they? So you're making these changes. Kind of crazy. I'm satisfied with everything that's occurred. I'm just wary of things that could occur, because I have been through a couple of lifestyle changes, changing styles. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
I didn't have a lifestyle change. They changed me.
Yeah. And it's worthwhile having a backup plan already in place, rather than trying to do it when something's going wrong and you haven't got the bandwidth to be able to do that.
And the time, the bandwidth, and definitely not the energy, and I might not even be awake.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to write me off and say, well, he's already gone anyway. We're not going to worry about it. Pull the plug.
Rayford, wow.
Rayford, let's do that over the next week. You and I, we'll have a word, and because that's obviously because you've mentioned it, I think, once before to me, and not as seriously as
1 year
as
after I had the quadruple. I went
Yeah.
back in and I was having some difficulty breathing, and so they sent me right back in for another stint. So I've got 5 now. Quadruple once and a single next time. So am I up for another one? I keep asking my cardiologist. He said, you can't say that. We don't know. Well, what if? Now I'm down to, well, until then, what if was I drive on over to Newbern and get it taken care of? Now, what if now? I don't know where to go. Am I going to have to drive all the way to Duke or UNC? And up
well, you do have the other thing you do have is you have transportation to hospitals, and
that's a long ways to go. Especially if I'm in a hurry. And especially if I'm going to be there for a period of time. I got a wife, and she kind of likes to be back and forth, and when she can drive in 30 minutes or an hour, that's one thing.
Right.
4 hours to get there and 4 hours to get back. We got critters to take care of at home too. I mean, these are the little things that we have to consider.
Absolutely.
They're not so little, not to me.
Agreed.
So I need to talk to somebody at Blue Cross to have them come around, don't I?
What? I would talk to Mr. Wright first.
We'll take a look and see what plans we can come up with.
Okay, we'll do that one. And folks, if you're in the same situation, I don't bring it up on the air here to talk about it because it's me, but for my benefit. Yes, I am going to sit down and talk with him. But you guys probably want to do the same thing. If you got an Advantage plan and you have already had stuff done at Carolina East, yesterday was the last day. It's over. It's done. It's won and gone, done, over.
I was actually having the same conversation with somebody yesterday.
Okay.
And he's seeing his doctor in a couple of days' time because he's got continuation of care at the moment. But he's going to work out with his doctor what they can do and can't do, and then he's going to get back to me. We're going to do the same thing as what you're asking about. Well, so I'm doing, and I've done it for another person.
Maybe we should have a seminar, get everybody together in the same boat.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah,
maybe we could have a riot on our hands.
Yeah. But everybody's case is different. So it's but his is also a heart issue. So
Now you came in here to talk to us about everything but me. So let's.
Well, really,
one of the things that you did bring up, and you sort of mentioned it. We're fast approaching October. We're over halfway through the year, or we're halfway through in a day through the year.
We're 3 months away, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So we probably need to start making some plans to have some discussions. I mean, we as customers. And you as an expert, because there's new stuff coming up for 2027. We're just into 2026, and I know what they did to us this year. What are they going to do to us next year?
Yeah.
I didn't say for us. I said to us.
Well, as I mentioned, we will probably see more that few of the ancillary benefits being reduced somewhat with all the plans over the country. That's what we're expecting. But it'll still Medicare Advantage plans will still be will still be a good way to go. We got some feedback I can give you from a report I got yesterday. 58% of Medicare eligible North Carolinians are now enrolled in Medicare Advantage plans. That's quite that's a significant figure.
And that should tell both the facilities, the hospitals, the gyms, the whatevers, that should tell them something about us. We like what they're doing. Now, y'all need to get on board with it.
It should, shouldn't it?
That's a fairly significant.
As a statewide thing that, that's a fact. That's, that's significant. Yeah.
58% of us are see it the same way. No president is going to win an election by that much anymore. So
yeah,
we are the controlling force here, y'all.
Yeah. Well, that's one reason the doctors rebelled and didn't go along with the hospital and say, we're not taking Medicare Advantage patients. They said, no, that's too much, that would affect us too much.
Coming out of their pockets. I wonder how much it's going to affect places like Carolina East. I know they had plenty of business.
Well, I imagine that people will still go and people will owe more. And I don't know, Rayford.
I don't know. The older we get, the less we can afford to owe more.
I know it. And that's the biggest thing as far as what are some of the deductibles that we're losing on for next year? Like, what are some of the increases that we can look forward to in our Medicare?
Less money out of our
well, there's one I can give you a hard number for.
Okay.
And that is the what we call the true out-of-pocket maximum for drugs is going from $2,100 this year, and this is bad for me because I'm on an expensive drug, and it's going to $2,400. And that's I think that I calculated it last night. It's somewhere around 14.3% increase. I think somewhere around that.
Okay.
So that's a significant increase in a year, but it will only affect, it won't affect that many people. There's not, out of the broad population, I'd say possibly, and I'm seeing this from a number of customers, I'd say probably 4% of my customers it might actually affect in terms of, for that high figure. That it's gone from 2,100 to 2,400.
It's not really.
And I'm one of those.
It's not really significant unless you're one of those.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that since there's such a small percentage of them like that, like you, I would have thought that they would have smoothed that one out in the overall scheme of things on the when they look at the financials.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you hurt these 1 or 2 or 3 or 4%? The folks,
I think because
they don't want socialized medicine.
It is a lot of money for the insurance companies. They're putting up to 90% of their money onto the drug side now, depending on the carrier and how they've formulated their formulary. So it will help them recover some of that money that they, so they can keep their other benefits stronger than they otherwise would do. But it must also be. I mean, it's been approved by the government, so it must be. It's a government regulated change, so it's gone to that. And if we remember, 3 or 4 years ago, it was for me to get my drug, Humira drug, for my rheumatoid arthritis, I would have paid $16,600 or so on this plan, on an Advantage plan. It then got reduced by the Inflation Reduction Act to $8,000, then to $2,000, and this year $2,100. So, in some ways, it's still a lot lower than it was, but I don't like seeing it rise up. And I never had to pay for my drugs when it was $16,000 or when it was $8,000, but I am now. And I don't like paying the extra amount of money. Yeah. So that is, and to just to explain how that, what we call a true out-of-pocket expense is calculated, it includes your deductible amount you pay, your co-payments, any co-insurances that you may have, and any amounts paid by extra help or manufacturer discounts. That's how that is calculated. So most people won't, well, as I've already said, most people won't be paying a 2,400. I'm
Yeah.
I'm rare in the fact that 12th of January this year, the first time I went to the pharmacy, I paid that 2,100 that I had to pay for this year.
Happy New Year, right?
Oh my goodness.
And I could have put it on the M3P, the Medicare payment prescription payment plan, which enables you to bounce it out over 12 months. But I just thought I'd just get it done over and done with now and pay for it.
Get it done, get it behind you.
Yeah. And then after that, you feel a lot better going to the pharmacy and you're not paying anything.
Explain this 48-hour scope of appointment waiting period.
So it's what legally is meant to happen, but I think that there's been a lot of people that don't follow it. In Walmart, I don't have to follow it because if you walk into an appointment, then and it's a marketing sales appointment. If you walk in to see me, you haven't set an appointment, then I can do a scope of appointment and sign you up at the same time. But for people,
this is concerning you.
yes, but for people that are phoning you, they are meant to phone you. Well, if you've arranged for them to phone you, they are meant to get a scope of appointment on that first phone call, then wait 2 days and then phone you back and sign you up after that. I am almost 90, well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that most agents that phone out of the blue that are not, that are basically trying to just get your commission, they're not following that rule anyway. And so they've said that's not the reason they've given for getting rid of it, but I don't think it's helped to stop that sort
In
of.
other words, if I go in to say it's time, you're at Walmart, I'm going to see you, we discuss all this, I say, oh yes, I want to change to that, you can sign me up.
I can do it
then.
immediately,
Yeah, but that's-
which I could do anyway.
I thought that was having to do with doctor appointments.
But if I was, where it affects you,
Right.
and I'm sorry, Rayford, you were going to
I
say
was going to
something?
say that what she was saying, that I thought it might have something to do with me making an appointment for a doctor. I got to have 48 hours plus or whatever.
No.
I'm still waiting on a referral from 2 months ago. It's ridiculous.
I'm waiting on. Last year, I had that cancer scare, and it took me 5 or 6 months to see somebody. Now I've got tear ducts blocked in my eyes, and I'm having to
That's
wait.
because you're British and they put you under the British plan.
And I'm having to wait 4 months to see a specialist that can drill into my nose and drill into my things here and put some new ducts in.
New ducks. He's getting some duck work
Are
done.
any of my DeWalt's over there?
Oh, Lord,
Yes,
have mercy.
there is a drill there. I saw it. Yeah.
I got a bunch
Oh,
of them.
thank you. Okay.
We go in there and do that
I
right
could
now.
go so many places with this.
You've got to put a stent in as well, apparently, and then pull it out after a period of time.
That's not a problem. We'll just cut it off.
Yeah, because I know that now before you can go from one doctor to another, you have to be referred, and then you have to wait for them to accept you. And what I did,
No, that's the United Healthcare plans in this county that are HMOs require that, but not Blue Cross. No.
well, I had called a doctor in Wilmington. It's just something simple. And they said you have to be referred by your doctor. So I had to go make an appointment for a 5-minute visit to say, will you refer me? And that was 2 months ago. I mean, I think it's ridiculous.
That's not due to the Advantage plan. That's due to the
doctor.
The healthcare system.
No, to the doctor.
To the doctor.
The doctor himself.
Yeah.
Herself. Itself.
Well, that's all right because I now know the CEO, United Healthcare, and he gave me his private number, and I'm going to call him. So what you got going in Hampstead? So because they're opening. I mean, they're really branching
They got
out.
a hospital there.
Oh my gosh, they're really branching out and offering so many specialized
a lot of people
services.
are going from here to there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check into that. And
What is this in Hampstead?
They got full
A medical
medical
center?
facilities there out of New Hanover.
Uh-huh.
Hospital there.
cardiology, everything that you.
And I think a lot of the reason they did it, and not just for the people there, but
Right.
for the people on this side of the state, because Onslow Memorial was, they were not doing cardiac
Uh-huh.
work. They weren't
Yeah.
doing this. They weren't doing that, and
Yeah.
no trauma.
Mhm.
They send you to Camp Lejeune now
Yeah.
for trauma.
Yeah.
Anything, any kind of trauma.
Mhm.
So it's they were doing that. Hopefully they'll get back to when we got a problem and I'm a mile away, I don't have to go 10 miles to get treated.
Yeah, it's going to be like a one-stop center for everything.
Mhm.
So, and I'm going to have him come on the show one day and
Well,
talk
the
about
problem
it.
is it's in Hampstead on the other side of Hampstead, which is we know what that's like just to get there.
You just have to go
I
between
gotta call me an ambulance.
10:30 and 12 in the morning.
I gotta call. I could give me a red light from a
No,
Jeep
Rayford, you're
and
not
drive
going to do
myself.
it.
And did you say UNC or UHC?
UNC.
UNC, yeah. Okay, well, that's
I'll
Interesting.
get more
Yeah.
information on that, but that it's right there in Porter's Neck. And
Uh-huh.
what they have done is they have expanded tremendously. And it's like going to Pollocksville. You know how they have all that in Pollocksville?
Yes, I know.
This is 100 times more in
Yes, it
Hampstead,
is.
so Porter's Neck. Anyway, we'll get
Yeah.
more information on that, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, I can understand why your health insurance companies are wanting permission in advance to allow you to get something done that they're going to pay for. I mean, it's just gotten crazy.
Okay,
It's like you said, the skin cancer.
let's just take a quick second. We talk about scammers every time you come in
Yes, yes.
here. They haven't
scammers.
lit up.
no, they haven't. They did something on me this month, so I
They
did
did?
tell you
Ooh.
about that. Yeah,
Ooh.
They
Yeah.
did something on you. They tried
yeah.
to scam you.
And I saw a message from Blue Cross yesterday referring to it as well. So I got it. I help people that are under 65 as well with
Right.
health insurance, and I had somebody send me an email saying that they were very interested in getting. Trying to think how they worded it. They were very interested in getting they'd lost their insurance recently, and they were very interested in getting a marketplace plan. And could I please tell them how I could help them? And so I thought, well, yeah, sure. So I sent an email back saying, yes, I can help you. And they said, well, and they'd already said we could do a Zoom link. And I said, okay, I'll set up a Zoom link.
Oh,
And this is my phone number. You can give me a call.
right.
And they didn't give me a call. So I set up a Zoom link, and they got back to me and said, no, we found out your Zoom link doesn't work. So we've set up our own Zoom link. Please click on this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
No.
I clicked on it, and fortunately, my
Antibiotics.
anti-malware thing gave me a warning. So I thought this is a bit suspicious. So I thought, right, I'm not going to go further on this. I'll do another Zoom link, or get them to phone me on my phone. So I went, and this would set the appointment for 11 a.m. and we went on till about 22 minutes trying to do this, and I realized the way these people are acting, this is not somebody that's looking for health insurance. This is somebody that's trying to do something else, because this is really weird, because they just
Getting
phoned
into
me.
your computer, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, I don't like this. I'm stopping this. And I phoned up one of my colleagues immediately and said, look, this is what's happening to me. He says, that sounds crazy. He's never heard of anything like it.
Right.
And then I got the same email message about 6 more times from different people with exactly the same wording.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Targeted.
So that's it. And I just thought, right, I escaped that one. I was lucky because of my.
Is that on your Gmail account? Because there's been
it was on my Gmail account, but it could have been any account. I think it was trying to get me to click on a link, but which I did click on because it was it looked like a Zoom link, but that was obviously
there's been a lot of hacking of Gmail accounts over the last couple months.
So, and then I saw an article in Blue Cross's newsletter last night when I was going through their newsletters, and it specifically mentioned that agents are being phished. PHISH. Yeah.
Can't get the people. Let's get the agents. So many scams.
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah. So
wow.
Be careful out there with scams because they're going on. They're trying different things all the time.
If they'd gotten you hooked into this, they would have access to all of us that are in your computer, and they would have been calling us.
Mine is pretty much mine's locked down because I've got.
If they could have gotten in there, yours is protected. But if they could have gotten in, that's the reason they wanted you. They wanted me.
Right. We have a caller.
Bring it on.
I think it's probably Charlie.
If they could have gotten in there.
Morning, Charlie.
Morning.
Hello.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. How are you?
You want to know how to beat the medical system?
You don't get sick.
No. I know how to beat it.
How's that?
About 8 days ago, I was having problems breathing. I literally couldn't breathe. But, I'm kind of a strong man. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I didn't know what was going on. And I was like inhaling. I couldn't breathe. And I went to the emergency room. And I said, I can't breathe. They took me in immediately. Let's say you broke your leg and you go to the emergency room and you say, listen, I'm having problems with my leg. I can't breathe. They're going to take you in immediately. Regardless of your insurance, they're going to take you in immediately. But I'm not cheating the system. I literally couldn't breathe. And so they took me immediately and they did all these tests on me. And I was there for 7 hours last Friday, I think it was. And they said, hey, listen, we need you to stay here. We want to transfer you to an ambulance and to go to another hospital because your current insurance doesn't cover you where you are. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I'm a strong man. I don't want to be here. And they said, well, we think you should stay here. And I said, I don't want to be here. So I left. My insurance would cover me to stay there. And here's my point. I ended up leaving. But I could have stayed there. My insurance, as minimal as it was, because I went to the emergency room, they would have covered everything. If I would have like a scratch on my arm, and I would have said, listen, I'm having problems breathing, I have a mosquito bite on my arm, they're going to keep me there. Does your co-host, does he agree with me?
That's the reason they don't have good food at the hospital. They don't want you to stay there if you don't need to be there.
And that's what I said to him. I said, listen, the only reason you guys want me to stay here is, and I said this to the doctor, the emergency room physician, I said, it's just about money. My insurance would cover it. I could have said, listen, I have an ingrown hair. They would have covered everything. They literally wanted me to stay in the hospital. The doctor said, listen, we don't want you to check out. Literally. So this is like 5 or 6 days ago. They said, if you're my family member, we want you to stay here. But I knew that I didn't need to stay there. You can bilk the system if you want. The doctors are corrupt. The whole system is corrupt. Your guest, I'm sure he's a wonderful person. I have insurance right now, but I could literally, I could step on an ant. I could go there and say, listen, I'm having problems breathing. They're going to keep me there. they're going to take care of me. They're going to put me like a 5-star luxury hotel.
Charlie, I know a little bit about this from personal experiences and looking at all the medical bills that I've gotten. The insurance company, Medicare, Blue Cross, whoever you've got or whatever you've got, they work deals with the hospital or whoever. They do not pay. They will not pay. They do not pay. They make a deal, and they don't end up paying the same amount of money that you would pay if you went in there with no insurance. So the hospitals don't make a whole lot of money off of the medical insurance plans that are out there. They, it's okay, but just to beg somebody to stay, nah, you may be in some hospital somewhere that needs that, but most of the hospitals don't need it.
Most of them are short of beds.
Yeah, most of them are short of beds. They need the beds, and so I mean, when I went in, I think we went through 3 hospitals before they could find one with a bed for me, and that was for a heart condition.
Yeah.
So
All I know is they told me to stay there.
Yeah.
The doctor said, a beautiful Asian doctor, Dr. Wu, said, "Hey, Charlie," that's not my real name, it was Charlie, we need to transfer you to a medical hospital. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick. I'm currently having problems breathing right now. They literally said, "We want to transfer you to a hospital." I'm like, I want to go. I really don't care if I die.
mm-hmm.
And they wanted to transfer me. And I said, "Listen, I'm going to leave." And I left. But I could have, milked the system. I could be in a hospital right now.
You could
and
be.
I could have individual. What's that?
You could be, no doubt.
Yeah. But I didn't want to be there. And I left. And the doctor literally said, "We don't think you should check out. You have serious medical problems." That was 8 days ago. So if I had serious medical problems, listen to the way that I'm speaking to you right now. If I'm sick in the brain, if I have medical problems, how can I talk to you like this right now?
Mm-hmm.
Here's why. Because it's corrupt. All of them are corrupt.
Okay.
It's a corrupt system.
All right, Charlie, we've still got our guest here. We're still working, so I do appreciate your call, sir. I'm glad you didn't die or anything while you were out. No. All right.
Well, it could happen. It could happen eventually.
Yeah, eventually. It will happen eventually. At least that's what they say.
Hey, wait, that's not nice. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, they will. I mean, you start dying the day you're born.
Yeah.
What?
Really? It makes me feel, wow. Okay.
There's some things here that we'll be talking about in the coming months as we're approaching this October 7th. It's not a magic date, but it's a magic start date. It's not the day and the only day you can do whatever it's going to be done. You got a couple of months to get it done, but you do need to start thinking about some stuff now. If you got issues, if you got a birthday coming up, if you got some things that you haven't liked about whatever plan that you've got, and you may want to start looking at other plans or other possibilities. Not everything fits. Not every plan fits everybody well. Some people it fits very well. Some people get along with it. Some people it doesn't do well at all, and they may need another option. Those things can be arranged. So either with the same company or a different company. I mean, that's what life is about. You don't like Walmart? Go to Kmart.
Yeah.
Are there any Kmarts left?
No.
And we'll know more about the plans in October, but which I can tell you about from the 1st of October. From the 15th, we can make changes, but from the 1st of October, we'll be able to tell you what's happening with anybody that
We'll know,
contacts me will
you'll know more, which we will then know more, and but some of the things you'll need to start thinking about, and you may want to put them together now, because sometimes if you've gone the first 64 years of your life and you didn't really care about insurance, you didn't pay any attention to it, like me, I didn't use too much of it until I needed it later on, and then suddenly I needed it, and I had to learn a lot. And I've learned a lot, some of it the hard way. But some things you need to do now is take a look at what kinds of doctors that you've got. Are they what you want? Are you getting the services that you need? Do you think that as you're getting older, as you're moving on in years, especially if you're turning 65, things are going to be happening. I'll tell you that right now. Not everything's going to work like it used to work.
Oh, my neck. My
Oh yeah,
back,
your back,
my knees.
and
That sounds like me. I turned 70 a week ago.
Well, happy
and,
belated birthday.
Thank you. And I
child.
cannot last feel that, hey, things are a little bit different than they
Every
used to
time
be
you
when
go
I
to the
was
doctor.
younger. Every time I get up out of a chair, I can
Yeah.
feel those knees.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
just trying to get the energy to get up and out. And every time
So-
you go to the doctor, it's like, well, you know, you are older.
Yeah, I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
there some of the things. Take a look at. What are your medical needs? Your current medical needs. Every doctor's told you that you may be coming down with you may be needing a knee replacement in the near future. I don't know. You put it on. We suggest, but
That's
I'm not
what
a
you do.
doctor.
Right.
If you but if it's inevitable, you may want to be thinking about it
Right.
now.
That's right.
And that way you can talk with Peter when the time comes in October and get some ideas what's available. And you go in with a list of doctors that you like, doctors that work for you.
Mhm.
If you're going to need specialty care like knee replacement or hip replacement or whatever, if you're going to need that kind of stuff done, talk to some people, friends, relatives, or whoever. Don't just one, because one will lie to you. Makes them, they want there's somebody
They're
you're
the
going to
wrong
pick on
person.
that's
Yeah.
going to hate you,
Right.
and they're going
Yeah.
to give you bad advice just to get even.
Yeah.
So, but check with a bunch of people, different people that you know
Right.
that have been successful, that are happy with the procedures and all that sort of good stuff. Look, if you want to go get surgery done today and you want to play baseball tomorrow, you might want to check see if there's a doctor that can do that. You'll find out no.
Well, Peter,
So-
I see that. I'm sorry. Finish.
I am now.
Okay, thank you. I see you're building a new website, and people will be able to make appointments by booking online or by using their phone. And this new website that you have, rightseniorsolutions.com, you're going to be putting videos and other information on there to help us
Well,
out.
I hope to be able to send some videos to existing customers that will, to help review their process and so on. I'm trying to make things easier for people.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
I've been putting quite a bit of work and thought into how I've been mentioning for a couple of months I've
Yes, you
been
have.
doing it, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
still working on that right now,
Okay,
but it's
good.
coming together. So that will be good. I've got the Walmart. Well, I've exercised my right of first refusal for the Walmart on North Marine Boulevard. I haven't had it confirmed yet
Right.
by Walmart, but they reached out to me, so to
Very
offer
good.
it to me. So I think I've got that for
Tell
the
'em
next
I
year.
use you as my excuse to go into Walmart to buy the things that I need about twice a year from Walmart. I don't need a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
but-
We went in
'cause
there
that's
yesterday.
just me.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
have half of what
But
I needed.
there's a couple of products in there that they've got at a better price than anybody else. And when I go, I get what I need for about 6 months worth
Right.
each time. So yes, and I use them as a good reason, use you as a good reason for me to go there to get it.
Well, that's how it all
Okay.
started.
Yeah.
Peter at Walmart. That's how it all
Well,
started.
you're walking past me. Yeah, that was
I
quite.
walked past him and turned around and went back and thinking he'd be a good guest for the show.
You know, you heard him singing, didn't you, when you walked by there?
And I ended up, and
There
he
she
ended
comes,
up,
just a walking down the street singing.
he was like, what kind of insurance do you have? I said, I really don't want to talk. And he took my information and got me a fantastic plan.
Good.
And money back,
Uh-huh.
and plus other benefits. So thank you very much.
Pleasure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm glad it's worked out. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be revisiting and doing everything because some changes that I'll try to stay away from COVID needs or hospital
Yeah.
needs until at least October. Or
I'm
no, it's got to be
gonna
the first of the
see-
year, won't it? Now
And can you remind them of my phone number?
Yes.
Everybody.
BR 549-252-4488.
675-88.
There you go.
So
We got it down pat now.
say it again.
252-675-4488.
That's right, Peter Wright. Yeah.
That's right, Peter. Right.
And I've got your information on here, your website, your phone number, where you live, what you like for dinner, everything on here. So
He loves lobster. So if you
Yes.
guys come in with a ton of lobsters and more than he can eat, he will
No,
call me.
no, don't need to eat lobster. I think the last time I ate lobster was about probably a year.
You can bring
Year
him
and
the
a half
lobster.
ago.
He knows where he can take it. He can gift it. He knows
Okay.
somebody he can gift it to.
Okay.
it's right on.
Golly.
All right.
Peter, you got to work with me, son.
Okay.
All
I'll do
right.
that.
Well, everyone gather your medication, check with
Yeah,
your doctor.
do all of that. Get your meds together. See what you,
changes.
and you know, you may want to bring a list of your medications too, Peter, when you do come. Well, don't, you
Yes.
might not. You just bring them because there may be some in there that
Something may have changed from, or if you're
Generic
new
or-
to me, then I'll need the medications, list of doctors,
and if
and
you're-
your Medicare cards.
and the
Your
list of
whatever you
meds
show the
you've got,
doctor.
if you have beds that are required to be first run, not generic,
Mhm.
then let him know that too, because sometimes
Yeah.
they can save you
That's right.
a bunch of money by going with the generic brand. And you know what? To me, aspirin is aspirin. For instance, I just go buy the cheapest one I can get because I have to take one a day.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And I can get enough for a year for
Mhm.
$1.98.
Mhm.
I keep looking. The way I figured it out. So, but things like that, you need to make sure that if your doctor wants you to be on this one and this one alone, and he's got a good reason for it, cool. Check with the pharmacy though as a second to see if there's any reason you shouldn't be on a
Absolutely,
generic.
yes.
Yeah, because generics work most of the time.
They do.
But occasionally, I've had it with a stomach one. It
can be a
work for me.
reaction. Some
Yeah.
people, whatever's in
Yeah.
it, that's different.
Yeah.
So,
So it is up in the air. You do need to check with a pharmacist.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Right,
thank
Peter.
you very much.
See you
Thank
next
you,
go round.
Joshua.
And
We'll
we'll
see
be
you
a
next
month
month.
closer.
Right. And cheers.
God,
Yes.
July is
Yes.
August.
We'll
is
see you
right
when they
around the
believe
corner.
that.
August is right
December
around the
is
corner.
next.
What is
Thank
Thank
this
you very
about?
much.
Phew. Jeez.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Thank you.
I
Cheers.
can't wait to hear what new changes we'll have come next year.
Yeah. I hope they're
A
great.
little extra more.
Yeah.
I still have my $50 to spend. I've not spent it yet. I know I should have already spent it, but
Did it expire with a new quarter now?
it expires end of the year.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Well,
Okie dokie. Let's do a little bit of weather hell
Get
while we
back
got
to
it.
the weather.
Get the weather when I can find the machine here that's got the weather
take
on it.
this out of your way.
Be a good idea.
I like it when he doesn't type on the back because I use it as
Phew.
scrap.
Don't tell him that.
Well, I
It
recycle.
sounds like we're cheap.
No, I
We are.
recycle. I'm a big
We're
recycler.
frugal. How's that? That's the same as being a good recycler, right?
I like to recycle.
With this, we've been under a low pressure thing. We had it over the weekend. That's why we had those times of disturbed weather, as they call them, when we had on again, off again, thunder boomers and stuff like that. What that system is changing. That low pressure system is dissipating and sliding on away. We got something called a Bermuda high. Now you think of Bermuda out there in the hot Atlantic, about 900 miles from us. I think that's about where it is. It's kind of nice. So we got this high pressure system that they label as a Bermuda high because it's cool. It's nice. We like it. And it's moving into, it will be in control of the offshore weather patterns for pretty much the rest of this week and into the weekend. It's looking fairly decent. The National Weather Service is actually calling the boating weather conditions we have benign coming up. So that means they're not bad. Benign. That means
Benign.
good. And all of this is just in time to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the birth of this wonderful nation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with us.
Don't mess with us.
Easterly winds today, 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. And we're talking about all the way out to 60 nautical miles. Tomorrow, easterly winds about 10 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Light chance of thunderstorms in the morning, maybe a few scattered showers as this front moves on away. Friday, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas around 3 feet. Sneak look at Saturday. It's a little further out than we normally do, but it's looking fairly consistent right now. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots and seas 2 to 3 feet. That should be pretty doable for most boats. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a busy waterway this weekend. Today, sunny with a high near 91. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 68. Thursday, sunny with a high near 94. Friday, sunny and hot with a high near 97. 4th of July, Independence Day, sunny and hot with a high near 98. Now, what is one thing that you have noticed this morning in my weather report that has not been there as previous weeks?
Rain.
Usually there's a chance of rain, maybe 20%. Every day was a chance of rain. This next 5 days, no mention of rain, not even a chance.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is one day offshore, and that's out there, and there's always going to be that chance out there during the summertime.
Yes.
Now, what has changed here is since 5:30 this morning, at 5:30, the temperature here at the studio was 67 degrees. It's now 76 degrees. Zipping on up there. Humidity now here at the studio is 87%. Barometric pressure is 30.02. It's climbed just a little bit. And we've got, of course, there's been no rain. And wind is a brisk 2 miles per hour. It was a little while ago out of the southwest. Lee, over in the Woodlands this morning, it was 67 degrees at that time as well. 88% humidity, 30.08 inches of mercury. And there was no wind over there, and she's had no rain. Been no rain anywhere in today's reports. Ward and Cedar Point this morning, these are all amateur radio friends of ours. He reported in 71 degrees, 85% humidity, 30.14 inches of mercury. That's the barometric pressure, northeasterly winds. At the Cedar Point, he's right there near the water, and they typically have a little bit of breeze, 3 to 5 miles per hour. He's estimating it's not much. Richard up in Maple Hill in Jones County, 66 degrees, 96% humidity, 30.10 inches of mercury visibility. He does the aeronautical stuff as well. 9.3 miles of visibility this morning at about 5:30. Northerly wind at 1 to 5. Joe in the Burrows, 68 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.07 inches of mercury, southeasterly breeze. It was very light. James reported from Bladen County, 66 degrees, cloudy. Michael reported from up there, way up yonder in Crewe, Virginia, 75 degrees, clear and humid. Randy over in Southwest this morning, 64 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.07 inches of mercury. He had a full moon there this morning he was talking about, and then calm. And speaking of full moon, get a chance to take a look at the Facebook page. Got a late start posting it, but it works out fairly well. Joe had put up one yesterday, a full moon up there at setting on its way down at like 4:45 or something in the morning over with a bunch of clouds around it. Beautiful, pretty picture.
Absolutely
pretty picture up there at Emerald Isle. So he has a big moon setting, all right? And the water is just glistening with the brightness coming off that moon. And Brian in the Borough this morning had 67.5 degrees, 90% humidity, 29.75 inches of mercury. And he had northerly wind, very, very little wind. Onslow Bay, Ken out there, 68.2 degrees, 85% humidity. It was calm and, of course, no rainfall. Thank you to all of the hams in the area. We do appreciate all of them checking in. And
starts early every morning.
Stuff. Yeah, they get them. Right. They're bright and early.
Well, you know, Reverend, we have the 4th of July coming up Saturday. The fireworks have already started in the neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Last night, it was fireworks. But the Onslow County Sheriff's Office has put out a post.
Don't.
I love Trevor. He's so funny. Anyway, it's a friendly 4th of July reminder from the Onslow County Sheriff's Office as we celebrate.
Set them off. Go to jail.
America's 250th birthday. We know the skies will be filled with fireworks, backyard cookouts, and plenty of patriotic fun. Deputies, dispatchers, and first responders will be working hard throughout the holiday weekend, keeping emergency lines available for true emergencies. Help us get the most help where it's needed. And then he goes on to say, if your cat starts shooting back, we may need to have a different conversation. And that's in relation to the little poster that they put out. Calling 911 on the 4th of July. These are no's. These are no's. People are setting off fireworks. Fireworks debris is landing in your yard. Your wife is too upset to sleep. Your cat is upset and hiding. Now, these are the yeses. People just set their house on fire. Yes, definitely call. Body parts are landing in my yard.
Yes.
Definitely call. My wife won't wake up, and my cat is shooting back. So he said, if your cat starts shooting back, we may need to have a different conversation. But anyway.
First of all, if you're seeing some of this stuff happening, you're drunk. So don't call 911 because you might have to go to jail for all of the above. If you irritate the 911 dispatchers with routine stupid calls back to back, you're complaining about the birds or the crazy squirrels in the backyard or this or that or whatever's going on, you can be arrested. And your next stop is going to be seeing the magistrate, and then the stop after that's going to be seeing a detention officer. You'll get out the next day. Well, so do not abuse the 911 system.
All right, people are going to be shooting off fireworks.
Yes,
You're going to be in your neighborhood setting off firecrackers and all that other stuff that goes with it.
And no, do not go confront your neighbors when they do that.
Don't be calling 911. They know they can't answer all those calls. They need to be available for true emergencies, like somebody set their house on fire or somebody blew their finger off or a display of fireworks blew up. Those are the true emergencies. But
and if your neighbors don't think that karma has played a role in their kid blowing their hand off, don't go laughing.
Yeah, it's not funny.
It's not funny. And it's no, the kid doesn't deserve it. The guy doesn't deserve it, though you might wish that it would happen. But no, you don't want to be calling 911 with that kind of stuff. Don't tie up the lines, all right?
And I know there's a thing about certain fireworks are illegal.
Yes.
You know, in the city and in the county. But, you know, those that explode, and there's a certain type. But, you know, don't be calling.
If you are the guilty parties here setting some of this stuff off, and the police department or the fire department has to be called, the sheriff's department, any of these people have to show up. They're probably going to be at a point that we're taking you to jail. Citations, that may be out the window. I mean, I worked a couple of those 4th of July things down at the beach, and if I got to go, you got to go.
Right.
That's the way,
I know.
The way it was.
I know it can be aggravating. You're sitting there and it's late and you're about to go to sleep and you hear a bunch of boom, 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 boom. And we all know it can be aggravating to some of us, but it is Independence Day.
It is.
It happens every Independence Day.
And if you are,
you can't get away from it. It's going to happen.
And if you are going to do it, accept the responsibility. Make it a very short, a very brief period of time. Don't go setting off $5,000 worth of fireworks that you've been accumulating for the past year.
Yes.
Every time you go to South Carolina, you bring back a trunk load. No, don't figure you got to set all that stuff off on the 4th of July.
Yeah. Be careful.
That's not even polite to your critters. Also consider, please take this into consideration. We live in a military town. We have people here who have been under fire. We have people who suffer from the after effects of being under fire. Why do you want to do that to them? If you know your neighbor is prior military, if you know them well enough and you've talked to them in advance and you know that fireworks are not, they don't like things that go boom, don't go setting them off. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else to watch them. We got a beautiful park out there where they're going to be set off. Okay, in the county. We'll tell you more about that this week. The other thing is dogs and cats, especially dogs. Unless you've trained your dog from day one, that to be like you take a dog hunting. When you get a new dog, brand new, you take them out and you shoot your gun around your new dog, not in their ear, but around them. So, because they're just curious when they're young. You don't want to start that. You don't want to have them going crazy, hiding under the couch, having conniption fits. I have a cat that has seizures. I don't want my cat to have seizures. Don't go setting any fireworks off in our neighborhood here. We're all old enough. Y'all are grown up enough. You don't need to do it. Watch it on TV, but keep the volume down.
Well, my big thing is I just wanted to put out there, just be respectful of other people.
That's the whole thing.
Try your best to be respectful and have a good time and be safe.
Yeah. Tragic story. I touched on it. 21-year-old Wichita student. He died last week in Oregon. He's a bright young man, by all accounts, a man who lit up the room with his personality when he entered. He was hiking in Oregon with some friends. Saw a large pool of water along the edge of the trail. He decided to take a dip. Warning signs around the edge of the water noted that the water temperatures were cold. It was not safe to swim there. Summertime temperatures are in the 30s in that pool of water. That's enough to literally take your breath away, and it did his. As soon as he jumped in and surfaced, he struggled to get back to the edge. Not very far from where he entered the water, but the water was so cold, it took over and he drowned before help could get to him. Other issues in that area, no cell phone towers, no 911 assistance at your fingertips. I doubt that an overheated person hitting 37-degree water could have been helped anyway.
Instant shock.
I was young, much younger, many years ago. I dove in 36-degree water, but I had a full wetsuit on with an undergarment on underneath that and all sorts of stuff. And it was still cold.
I could be wearing bearskin. No, you won't see me jumping in.
I cannot imagine jumping into water and trying to swim back to the boat with
it's bad enough trying to take a cold shower when the hot water's out.
Now, for you folks, anyone in here, this room, outside this room, anywhere within the sound of my voice, do you not know that the backwaters, the rivers in Florida are home to large alligators?
A man just recently found out.
Who does not know this? Descendants of dinosaurs that survived everything that killed their ancestors.
Right.
The gators survived. The dinosaurs did not. It happened again Sunday as a 31-year-old woman was attacked, bitten, pulled from the jaws of a prehistoric creature by her fiance, and then she died on the way to the hospital. Brittany Clark of Orlando. She should have known better. Swimming in the Little Big Econ State Forest when the attack happened. She was taken to a hospital as a trauma alert, but died from her injuries on the way. The deadly attack, detailed on a 911 call, was the second gator attack in 24 hours in Central Florida, the third reported in the region in a week. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission issued an urgent warning on Monday. Alligators that have come to associate people with food, that's the way they write it, alligators that have come to associate people with food have to be reported immediately, and then they have to be removed from the wild. People are obviously not an alligator's normal first source for food. Several factors are involved, and that applies right here in Jacksonville and surrounding waters. When people feed alligators, for whatever reason, the gators will gather to await what many view as fun, not aware that the gators, not reasoning or getting mad, they don't get mad at it when others show up. Perhaps they go swimming, or they just hang their feet over a boat while anchored in alligator-infested waters, will go after anything that looks like food. That's what gators do. And they're not particularly looking for filet mignon. Anything will do. In addition, in Florida, for many, many years before most of you were born, viewed by many of us as a swampland, where you saw pictures of great looking tracts of land and pictures that were actually taken at low tide. The people came from up north, bought the land. Then developers had to build on the land, filling it in with whatever they could find to build it up and to make land out of it on high and low water before the homes could actually be constructed. And the gators were slowly driven to other neighboring waters, and their search for food became competitive. Gators became more aggressive, came into backyards, climbed fences to get into swimming pools. They still do it. You see them on TV every now and then. Once an alligator attacks a person, the immediate response is for officers to capture the gator and relocate it to less populated areas with a better chance of finding food in its natural environment. Unfortunately, sometimes they have to use deadly force on the gators. Do not swim in waters where alligators are king. They rule.
I agree.
You
I
don't.
agree.
You're on their turf.
I'm not even in a boat. No, thank you, but no. And
End of Wednesday, we're halfway through the week, a little bit over halfway through the week now. And we are on our way to the weekend, the 4th of July, the 250th anniversary of this great nation.
Yes.
If you guys happen to see some strange activity that you haven't seen on other 4th of July weekends coming up, you see strange behavior from certain elements of society.
Backpack sitting alone.
You see anything where you're shopping,
Right.
where you're playing, if you're going to 4th of July celebrations. If you see something, say something. Find somebody with a badge
Right, that's right.
and report it.
Not
Let
just
them
start
know
screaming.
right away. Don't start screaming. You'll panic people.
Start screaming.
If in your neighborhood you see strange gatherings of individuals that you have concerns about that haven't been there before,
Right.
don't hesitate to call the police, just as a courtesy to them.
That's right.
Better to be
Just everyone needs to be on high alert 4th of July.
be high alert this 4th of July.
That's right.
And again, we're going to do the same thing for 9/11, the 25th
right.
anniversary of 9/11
Not
this
far
year.
away. Right.
So,
Okay.
y'all, we'll see you in the morning. We
See
have
you in the
tomorrow.
morning.
We have Chris Miller. We're
The
going
one and
to
only.
pop a top tomorrow.
The one and only
Pop a top.
fabulous and
That's the best I
famous
can do.
Chris Miller.
Now, if we could get the other Chris to at least come in and say, so he could introduce him. Pop a top. We can't do it. That doesn't work.
Sounds like I'm smooching the mic. Okay, never
It
mind.
just sounded
Where is it?
kind of.
And maybe we just need to record it,
I think
Chris doing it.
I think I've seen some movies like that. You're live and local, where we are real,
Oh,
and
my
we have a
gosh.
lot of talk that's real, and we'd love to y'all to talk with us tomorrow.
All right.
See you tomorrow morning at 7. Have a great day. Be safe and